All right, race fans, welcome to Thursday night Throwdown Series Truck Championship race night here from Phoenix. Thanks for tuning in to Evolution Racing Networks. Alongside the fan favorite Craig Burns, this is Michael Sheffield with Evolution Racing Networks. Craig, I know we're a little later getting in here, just finishing up to qualify the ARCA Series race as we're taking a look at qualifying here, Craig.
Absolutely. The key factor I have is tire wear, but we're going to go to the grid here for the truck series here at the Thursday Night Throwdown Sheffield. As the pole sitter, Gabriel Ellison, he laid down a 24 or 27.48. Sheffield, roll out that grid.
Let's take a look at that grid now as we look at our qualified grid. Gabriel Ellison with the 27.484. Second place will be Trevor Massetti in the number 03. Third will be Jeremy Little in the number 26. Fourth, Bradley Wilson, a winner from the ARCA Series, starting fourth. Timothy Latham starting fifth. Sixth will be Clinton Sneed. Seventh will be Mitch Ellison in the number 55.
Starting off eighth, the number 43, Chevy Silverado. Your captain, James Morgan, starting out ninth, and number 7, John Peel, rolling off 10th, and number 97, Rodney Griffin, starting 11th, and number 13, Chevy Silverado. Garrett Delph, rolling off 12th, and number 75, Brian Skidmore. And starting shotgun on your field in the number 8, Toyota Tundra Ford. And that is your starting field for your Thursday night throwdown here at Phoenix, Sheffield.
As we mentioned, this is the championship race here, and it looks like Gabriel Ellison's got a good, comfortable lead here coming in, the 26-point lead over Timothy Latham. Third is Clinton Sneed, who had a good run tonight in the ARCA Series till a little late race mishap there. Fourth in points is James Morgan coming in. And fourth and fifth, actually, James Morgan and Mitch Ellison are tied at 62 points behind the leader here. So Ellison with a little comfortable lead coming in. But, it's not all about championship tonight. Everybody still wants to get that W.
Yeah, Gabriel Ellison, starting pulling the number 27. He has a comfortable lead, like you said, over Timothy Latham. He's out here just going to try to get a win. He has the championship pretty much locked up for that number 27 Toyota Tundra. But Sheffield, like you said, it's all about the wins. And you know what? We didn't talk pre-race, but tire wear, it's going to be a factor here tonight.
Yeah, tire wear is going to be a factor, and they're going to at least have to pit once 70 to 75 laps of fuel. So the 150 laps, you might see a little bit of fuel saving here, and just these races all season long that we've been able to cover have been amazing race after race, Craig.
Absolutely amazing. Going back to Atlanta, the 3/100ths of a thousandth of a second right now. But the pace car, the lights are off right now. Gabriel Ellison, Trevor Massetti, they're side by side. They're going to bring this field down to the green flag in turn number 1, Sheffield.
Yeah, here we go with the initial green flag start. 150 laps to go here tonight. Phoenix. And pace car's off. There's the green flag as Gabriel Ellison's going to take a quick jump here. Trevor Massetti on the outside got a good push there on the start from the 51 machine. Little contact there between the 5 and 26. And the 49 of Clint Sneed working now to the bottom side of the fourth place truck of the 28 there. As your leader is going to be Gabriel Ellison. Trevor Massetti is now challenging here. Looks like he's trying to get a run on the high side.
Timothy Latham. No waiting. He's charging. He was making it through in turn number 1, but right now your leader coming out of turn number 4 is we have a spinner, the 13 Garrett Delph. He's coming out of the turn number 3 as caution flies here for the first time for the Thursday night throwdown.
Yeah, caution flies, and it's kind of what we talked about tonight in the ARCA Series. Green tires, this track seems to be a little loose early in the running, and I wonder if the ARCA cars, we heard a lot of the guys in the interview talk about how the car got kind of tightened up after 20, 30 laps, but green tires here early, Craig.
Sheffield, green tires. The car's going to feel loose right now as we're watching. I believe it's the number 13, Garrett Delph. Yeah, he's just getting loose on corner exit there. Nowhere to go. It doesn't look like he collects too many people. No quick fix tonight in the Thursday night throwdown on the truck series. He's going to roll that machine around. Hopefully, find his optional, get it replaced here. But early caution here for the Thursday night throwdown.
Yeah, early caution, kind of same thing we saw in the ARCA race. But looking at the green flag start 3 wide there, that's a clue of how much excitement this is going to be tonight. This is going to be a turn out to be a outstanding race, which we came into expecting. So.
Absolutely, Sheffield. Timothy Latham making it 3 wide early on. He knows he has to get up front fast. He has to go out there and charge for a win right now. But Gabriel Ellison, he's out front. Trevor Massetti, he's in second. The number 03 Chevy Silverado. Timothy Latham in third. Jeremy Little in fourth. He's in the 26. Bradley Wilson, your ARCA winner, he's in fifth. And sixth, Clinton Steen in the 49.
Talking about the number 3 machine, if you're part of watching the Evolution Racing Network, you'll know the name, but this is the first race he's run over here tonight, so we'll see how things go with him tonight. Is great cast of talent here in this pool in this truck series.
Great cast of talent. We saw Gabriel Ellison. He won at Atlanta, close finish. Really utilized his tires. Trevor Massetti, he's out there first time runner, doing a good job. Timothy Latham right there trying to fight for points. So it's going to be so exciting, Sheffield, for the end or for this race here at Phoenix. As the pace car right now, lights are still off. They're showing double file, but the lights are on right now here at Phoenix.
Yeah, the lights are on, and I think they're just running close together there. I don't think they're stacked up yet, but early caution here. It might end up being what we saw in the ARCA race. It could be a single file start here. Looks like the lights are off. We'll see if they pull up. No, it is going to be a 2 wide start here. So, one thing we talked about, talking about the ARCA race, we saw the 51 of Bradley Wilson dominate there. And those guys that ran that tonight, what will come over transition to these trucks and what won't, Craig?
Well, what's not going to come over is how loose the car is going to feel. Yeah, sure, the truck's going to feel loose, but it's not going to be as loose. It's going to tighten up over the run more. These trucks are going to have a little bit more draft. Still heavy braking zones. I feel like if you ran the ARCA Series Sheffield, you're going to have the upper hand right now. As the iRacing.com pace car is coming out of turn number 4, he's making his way down pit road. Is Gabriel Ellison going to about lead this charge down to the start-finish line?
Yeah, Gabriel Ellison now leading them to the start-finish line. He's going to have the advantages. He can go when he wants, and he's off to a good jump here. He's going to easily take the lead. Trevor Massetti is going to be sitting in second. Timothy Latham charging up to the front. He's going to be battling for the third position alongside Jeremy Little here. Latham is going to take the dog leg there on the inside, get a good run coming to 3 and 4.
Gabriel Ellison, a great restart right there. Trevor Massetti, he's about 5/10 off. They're coming out of turn number 4 right now, wheeling. They're side by side for third, though. Timothy Latham there with Jeremy Little down the front straightaway.
Timothy Latham should have the advantage on the low side here. Looks like he will be able to take over the third position as of right now. We talked about it earlier, the dog leg, Craig, that's going to come into factor here. But as we mentioned in the ARCA series, you can get loose down there as well.
You can definitely get loose, and you're going to burn up more Goodyear down there in the dog leg. But you're going to see a lot of drivers right now prefer it as they think it's quicker down the front straightaway here, as Gabriel Ellison still out in the lead over Trevor Massetti.
Yeah, Gabriel Ellison with a good lead here now, and we'll have to see as the tires are now should be getting up to temperature. I'm curious, as we talked about earlier in the ARCA race, who's going to be saving her, who's going to get up early, who's driving it deeper, and then we talked about 75 laps of fuel. Pit strategy is going to come into play here. Is it going to be a one-stop race? Is it going to be a two-stop race?
His strategy is always a question when you come to Phoenix here. Right now we see Gabriel Ellison leading the pack, but he has a whole truck lid full of Trevor Massetti as they enter the dog leg. Timothy Latham right behind him, and we see Clinton Sneed. He's back there. He's using that higher lane. Maybe he's trying to save tires for that longer one that we saw in the ARCA series. He's a lane and a half up, so right now he's sitting back there in 6th. Sheffield, keep Clinton Sneed in the picture.
Yeah, Clinton Sneed with that great run later on in the ARCA series, and we heard our winner there from the ARCA series talk about downshifting later in the run. I'm wondering if these trucks are going to try to do the same. That's going to transition over as well.
Chef, you bring up absolutely a great point that I didn't even think about during the broadcast. The downshift in turn 3 and 4. He brought it up. I was like, wow, you're a genius. You're a mastermind. That's why you won the race. That's why you went out there and led so many laps. Maybe Gabriel Ellison's out there. He's listening. Maybe they're going to be downshifted. I don't know. But right now, he's out there leading the charge over Trevor Massey and Timothy Latham right now as they come in turn number 3.
Yeah, with the early jump here and that Sneak Competition Designs truck, looks like Gabriel Ellison right now is going to be setting the pace here tonight. Starting to look like Bradley Wilson, it did during the ARCA races. We'll try to get a ride on board here with that 27 machine. See how everything's handling around this track here tonight at Phoenix. As you see him take the dog leg there from the inside cockpit view, you can see how disturbed the truck gets running through there. Takes a good low line in 3 and 4 here, Craig.
Yeah, it gets a little upset through the dog leg, but he does a good job with throttle control through 3 and 4. He's down the front straightaway. He's going to find his braking point. As you see the cones on the fence, he's going to come down in turn number 1. He's going to roll the car through the center apex, and he's going to fire off in a straight line and drop that dog leg. Gabriel Ellison out front, the number 27 Toyota Tundra. He's doing a great job right now here at the Thursday Night Throwdown.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, especially in turn number 1 and 2, did a good job of rotating that truck, getting it down to the center of the corner and getting to that yellow line at the right point, and then getting back at the throttle to the right point where he can stay in the throttle and do not make contact with that outside wall. As later on the run, the trucks are going to start sliding up. You're going to be trying to get as close as you can to that outside wall with your foot on the gas, but you talked about it earlier. Throttle response is going to be key here.
Throttle response is always key. Every short track you go to, there's an egg underneath your throttle. You do not want to break it right now, as these top 5 trucks are doing a great job right now. Gabriel Ellison right now leading out Trevor Massey and Timothy Latham right now. They're trying to find grip right now. They're trying to work. You see Trevor Massey, he's using a higher line maybe. He's trying to find what's going to work right now as we're right on board with Bradley Wilson. As they come in turn number 3 and 4. Gabriel Ellison, still your race leader.
Well, we talked about it in the first race, and Craig, we again tonight. The 3 truck exactly same time down to a and the other was less than a 0.002 off. About it is something you very rarely see. We've seen it tonight. 3 trucks run the exact same lap. All these times are within 10th. Or half of a 10 for the top 4, top 5.
Sheffield, you never see that in iRacing. These guys are wheelmans right now. Gabriel Ellison, Trevor Massey, Timothy Latham, they're all running nose to tail right now. They're waiting to see who's going to make the first mistake right now, as they're all 3 using the dog leg. Gabriel Ellison, though, he's out to a commanding lead, I guess you would say, right now over Trevor Massey and Timothy Latham, but they're still hunting. They're still hunting their prey.
Yeah, looking at these lap times, it's just testimony of how much these guys practice and how serious these guys are, and how respect. We see that, but they can get out of these right now. They can push it. There's a fine line to pushing it. You can push it to that limit, but these guys are good at finding that limit and not going over it.
Finding the fine line is so crucial in practice, so you can push it to your limits, like you're saying, Sheffield. Great point. But the top 3, they're still nose to tail. They're still waiting for that time where their tires really come in, I guess you would say, as you see the car start wearing out, start pushing up the track. Timothy Latham really using the dog leg right there as they come in turn number 3.
Yeah, and looking back, I glance back now. Times were a little bit higher in the first couple of laps. Now his times are pretty much equaled out. So I'm wondering if he, went shot here in the ARCA series here tonight. Take it a little easier earlier. Keep your times about the same. Everybody else's times creep up to yours, and you try to maintain where you're at.
Sheffield, when you're in the cockpit of a Silverado Chevrolet Camping World Truck Series truck, and you're seeing that relative gain on you, it's so hard to say, I'm just going to lay back and relax and save my tires, but these guys are doing a good job. It's Timothy Latham right now. He's side by side with Trevor Massey as they single file out in the turn number 1 right now. Gabriel Ellison still in the lead. Trevor Massey is second, and Timothy Latham in third.
Yeah, Timothy Latham, 2, 3, and 4. It's inside of Trevor Mercedes. Apple Mercedes would have had their run, was able to hold him back. 7 and gave. So that's what you want to hear. You want to see inflation. And as the 51, he was in that leading position earlier tonight. He wants him for going to give him a chance to close in.
Bradley Wilson, your ARCA winner, the number 51. He's sitting in 4th. He's doing a good job right now. You're watching Timothy Latham. He's really utilizing the dog leg. He's really getting aggressive down there. It's going to burn up a little bit more tire, but that's all right now. He's working on Trevor Mercedes, the number 3 truck, for battling for second right now as we're coming to the line. 23 out of 150.
Well, guess what, Craig? I'll give you one guess. Who the fastest truck last time by was?
Fastest truck, my guess, is going to be the number 27 of Gabriel Ellison. He has a fresh air, but prove me wrong.
Fastest lap before last, excuse me, because as I asked you, they crossed the line, was Clinton Sneed.
Clinton Sneed, so good at saving his tires. He's so good in the long run, Sheffield. We're seeing fast times longer in the run as we're 25 out of 150. Sheffield, the fireworks, they're going to be launching early.
Yeah, as I say that now, the top 7 trucks are all within a tenth of each other. So times are equaling out. I'm curious to see, as we're sitting, 24 coming to 25 laps out of 150. Still a lot of racing to go. A lot of tight racing here, especially in the top 4, running pretty close together here. I think you're going to see a little shuffling here as we get later on in the run.
Sheffield, you hit the nail on the head right there. Long green flag run. We saw it at Homestead. They ran so long without a caution. These guys are so good right now. They're really anticipating the green flag run. I think Sheffield, they're setting up their green flag pit stop as they're coming out of turn number 4 right now. Gabriel Ellison, he's still out front. He has Trevor Mercedes right behind him with Timothy Latham, and then Bradley Wilson, your ARCA winner. So these guys, they're doing a good job right now. They're nose to tail right now, kind of coming out of turn number 2.
Yeah, and sitting here thinking about it and thinking about fuel strategy here, as a driver, that early caution, 70, 75 laps of fuel, that early caution may have been enough to put me to know that, okay, if I take it a little bit easy, for maybe a couple laps, I can get to the halfway point. If I can get to the halfway point or over that halfway point especially, I'll be good on one stop.
So your goal, if you're a truck series driver here, the Thursday night throwdown is lap 75. You want to make it to lap 76, maybe Sheffield, maybe 77 if you're pushing it, if you're clutching it through the corners. We saw it at Homestead, but 75 is your halfway mark right now. But Gabriel Ellison, he's out in front right now with Trevor Mercedes in second, Timothy Latham in third, Bradley Wilson in fourth, Clinton Sneed, he's doing a good job. He's sitting in fifth. Jeremy Little, he's sitting in sixth, seventh. James Morgan, your captain, in eighth. John Peel, Mitch Ellison, he's in ninth, and Garrett Delph round out your top 10.
I'm going to bring up a subject you always talk about, the race within the race. We talked about pit road. We talked about pit strategy. Now, there's one factor we do always take into play is your ability to get in and out of pit road. You're looking 42-second stop, roughly, including your stop is the average in roughly in iRacing. You're looking at 28-second laps here. So if you go down pit road, you're going to lose a lap, maybe about a lap and a half coming in and out. So, those factors are things that are going through the drivers now is, they're all looking, watching their gauges. They're all debating right now is longer you go on the run and longer it stays green is your finishing strategy, where you want to pit and, how many times you want to pit.
Sheffield, you bring up a great point. So as these guys, they have a Discord or a team chat like you speak of, and you have that one guy, that driver out there that says, hey, we're going to pit here and we're going to do this and that. Either we're going to take tires or we're not going to take tires. It's all a strategy. They do a good job, but hey, you got to hit the pit road. You have to hit the right speed. You have to not slide your box, come down pit road. You bring up a great point. These guys are all talking right now as the green flag laps are ticking down right now. Sheffield, it's very exciting to see when these guys are going to start coming down pit road.
Yeah, it's going to be, I'm betting a good while here before we see any takers. Is you're taking a look right now. Gabriel Ellison now is out to about a 7/10 of a second lead over Mercedes running in second. Third is Timothy Latham, about 1.3 back. Bradley Wilson, 1.5 back. And running top five is Clinton Sneed, who's 2.08 back. All pretty much looks like top six drivers are all still within a tenth of each other right now as they run, Greg.
Sheffield, right now, I think it's a tire race. I think it's who can save the most tire. They're at lap 33 out 150. They got to make it to 75. Hopefully, they can make it there. Right now, you see Timothy Latham and Bradley Wilson. They're really utilizing the dog leg as opposed to Gabriel Ellison and Timothy, or as Trevor Mercedes. My apologies. They're not really cutting the dog leg because they know that it's going to be a little tire wear right now. But right now, they're single file. They're really starting to shuffle out.
Yeah, they're starting to get a little bit of a spread here. They're running close to the same lap times, and as you mentioned, the top two drivers really not utilizing that dog leg. Is if you're not really under fire and you don't have to use it, you don't really want to use it because you said a little bit of tire wear, and you think, oh well, a little bit of tire wear for a lap or two isn't going to kill you, but over the overall aspect, any ounce of tire that you possibly can save could be the difference between, this is another one of those tracks. Catching the guy and getting by him are two different stories.
Sheffield, it's almost a snowball tire wear to the negative. These guys really rolling through the corners. They're doing a good job, but as you take that dog leg, maybe you're wearing up a little bit more. As it's going to wear off, like you said, over the course of a 10-lap run. But right now, these guys, they're rolling on lap 36, man. They're getting through the tire run right now. They're really feeling the truck, really their limits right now. But right now, Gabriel Ellison, he's still out front with Trevor Mercedes right behind him in third, Timothy Latham.
We have a second here. I want to talk to tell our fans about an exciting thing we've got going on. We're going to be giving away a Bug Kicker Gamer 2 setup here for a lucky fan, that all you got to do to get entered into it is like our Facebook page, follow us on YouTube, be notified when we go live, and just comment in the stream tonight, and you'll be entered for a chance to win that Buck Kicker 2 gamer setup. I'm so excited, that lucky fan that is going to win that setup, as it kind of brings things to a whole new level. I've got one. I think you've got one, Craig. A great piece of equipment. I'm glad Evolution Racing Network and Buck Kicker got together to, like I said, bring that to a lucky fan.
Sheffield, it really kicks your butt. Honestly, it's a Buck Kicker Gamer 2. Great addition to the sim rig at home. Maybe if you're upstairs, you're gonna make the downstairs guys a little bit mad because you're kicking butt later in the run. But right now, Gabriel Ellison, he's out there. He's saying, "Hey, I'm really kicking butt, Sheffield."
Yeah, we're gonna do a little side by side here, a little commercial here. We're also going to be not a single bit of any of the green flag action here from Phoenix International Raceway, as Gabriel Ellison is still your leader now with a gap of about almost to a second now, Craig.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker.
I'm going to do a sponsor plug for them in a minute. All right, race fans, welcome back. As soon as same as we left under caution there. 27, Gabriel Ellison is your leader. Trevor Mercedes running in second, the 03. Third is Timothy Latham. Clinton Sneed, looks like, just took third place away from Timothy Latham. Timothy Latham back to fourth. Bradley Wilson, your ARCA Series winner, is now running fifth.
Trevor, Sheffield. Clint Sneed and Timothy Latham, they're side by side coming to turn number 1. It's a battle for third right now. It's fighting for the second spot of Trevor Massetti right now. As Clinton Sneed's going to get it. As right now, actually, Timothy Latham, they're making the side move. They're side by side coming through the dog leg.
Yeah, good battle back there. Back to what we talked about. Lift it early, getting the gas a little harder, so you might drive off, but it's going to be that guy who can capitalize on the most momentum. As it looks like right now, Clinton Sneed take that position away. He's going to have his sights set on the 03 Trevor Massetti.
Clinton Sneed having the sights set on Trevor Massetti right now. He's sitting in third right now. They're all chasing Gabriel Ellison. He's out in front right now. And the number 27, Sneed is signed as they're coming down the front straightaway. It's going to be 45 out of 150 as he's going to dive it down in turn number 1.
And as we're watching this championship race, I want to make sure that the guys that are responsible for being able to bringing this league out every week, the great sponsors that this league has, and that's Shenandoah Shine, great company, all kinds of neat apparel. Do a great job of putting this league on and do a lot of things for others in the iRacing community. And their other sponsor is Sneed Competition Designs, who does web pages, data management, very neat pool of sponsors they got here that do a lot for the iRacing community. And it's such a small community, Craig, talking about that you can run in one series and go to another complete different series and see somebody and didn't even know they run there.
Absolutely. The community that Shenandoah Shine does for the iRacing community is so detrimental. They do a good job. I actually went out there. I did some research. I bought a T-shirt, Sheffield. I said, I'm just here for SR. It's a great T-shirt. I went out there. I spent my dollars on Shenandoah Shine. Dude, they do a great job. Fast shipping, everything. The T-shirt, it fits right now. But, hey, Sheffield, Gabriel Ellison, he's getting tracked down right now by Trevor Massetti.
Yeah, looking at the laps that time by, looks like they're still pretty tight there, but looks like Massetti's able to closing the gap just a little bit at a time. And, here we are, 47 laps into it, almost a third of the way through. So, you're 3/4 of the way through a fuel run here. Now's the time you're going to see who's got the tires, who's saved, and who hasn't.
That is so crucial. Who saves? Who anticipates the long run? It's so hard to do here at the servers of iRacing. These guys all do a great job. And Gabriel Ellison, Trevor Massetti, Clinton Sneed, Timothy Latham, Bradley Wilson, Jeremy Little. These guys all do a good job saving tires right now. But as right now we're looking at Gabriel Ellison, he's rolling through 3 and 4. A great job getting that far off down the front straightaway right now as they come to lap 49 out of 150. Michael Sheffield, pit road, it's about to be a happening place here in about 10, 15, 20 laps.
Yeah, pit road's about to be happening. I'm always looking at times, as you know that, and probably some of the fans do. And Clinton Sneed again, last 2 laps, fastest truck on the track. So, he's putting the burners on it now. And as you mentioned, 20, then the next 20, 25 laps, I'm thinking if anybody's thinking 2-pit strategy, they're going to be coming in within the next 5 laps.
Next 5 laps, you heard it here first from Michael Sheffield. But listen, if you're out there in the fans, if you're watching, shout out your favorite driver. Who do you think's going to win here tonight, here at Phoenix for the Thursday night Throwdown here? It's me, Craig Burns, with Michael Sheffield up in the booth. Man, this is a great race, Michael. Gabriel Ellison, he's out there with a commanding lead over Trevor Massetti.
Yeah, your points leader coming into tonight's races pretty much had the front all night long. Done a good job on fresh tires and on old tires here just to maintain those times. Is in all actuality, top 4, top 5. Still, really close times there. Nobody's really setting anything above a 10th, maybe a 10th and a half faster, one lap, and then it'll counterbalance itself the next lap, and somebody else, the times are pretty consistently close here between the top 4 and top 5.
Sheffield, after looking at the ARCA race, we look who has the fresh air. Who's the leader at the end of the run? But right now, we have Jeremy Little. He's down pit road right now. Sheffield, I'm thinking this is a scheduled stop. Maybe he's a 2-stopper here tonight at the Thursday Night Throwdown here at Phoenix.
Yeah, it might be a 2-stopper here, as we talked about. And, you know, if you do that, you kind of set yourself, you know, you're going to have to pit again because you don't have enough fuel. So it's, as we say, you make your bed now you have to sleep in. Is now looks like the 49 machine has closed the gap, and he's starting to work on the 03 there, or the 3 machine of Trevor Massetti. Is Latham is also coming into the picture here. This could be a late fuel run, you know, chance to make up a lot of time.
Trevor Massetti in second, third, Clinton Sneed, fourth, Timothy Latham. They're all pretty much nose to tail here in turn number 1. Let's see who makes the move here in the dog leg right now. It's Trevor Massetti using the track, but Timothy Latham and Clinton Sneed, they're using the dog leg. You know, Clinton Sneed really trying to work on Trevor Massetti here in turn number 3 and 4. Sheffield, the grooves in the track, it's going to make such a difference coming out of turn number 2 right now. But right now, upper hand Trevor Massetti in P number 2.
Yeah, upper hand for Massetti that time by. I mean, it's still impressive to me looking 29.11 for the leader, 29.18 for Massetti, 29.09 for Sneed, 29.11 for Timothy Latham that time by. Yeah, you're making up ground, but with these times as close as they are, as it looks like the 49 now is on the inside of the 3 of Trevor Massetti. He's trying to get it done in 3 and 4. As they come out of 3 and 4, it's going to be a drag race down the front stretch heading to 1 and 2, Craig.
Drag race down the front straightaway right now. Clint Sneed's going to have the position to Trevor Massetti in turn number 1 right now, as he utilized the dog leg in the previous lap right now. As they're single file right now. Clint Sneed, Trevor Massetti, Timothy Latham right now through the dog leg. Clint Sneed still has the second position in turn number 3.
And just looking there at that battle, you can see the difference in the lines. Is the 49 drove it a little deeper. The 3 checked up a little bit. 49 had a little bit of advantage going in. The 3 closed it to the middle of the corner. It's all different lines here. You know, just watching them and watching the way drivers take different runs through different corners. It's amazing that, you know, yes, this is a one groove track pretty much, but you can do so much as a driver as to where you're braking, where you're getting the gas to have that advantage, Craig.
Sheffield, you want to play with the brake bias all night. You want to move it up. You want to move it back. It's all driver preferred right now. But Clinton Sneed right now, he's in second. He has Trevor Massetti in the back right now. Clinton Sneed, you know, we saw in the ARCA series, he did such a good job saving tires, Sheffield. So right now he's utilizing that dog leg. They're all 3 utilizing it. And Bradley Wilson, he's back there. He's utilizing it too. So he's seeing stuff back there in the 5th position.
Yeah, and Gabriel Ellison now at about a 1.3 second lead over Clinton Sneed. Trevor Massetti running 3rd. 4th is Timothy Latham. 5th is the 51 of Bradley Wilson. 6th is James Morgan and number 43. 7th is Mitch Ellison. 8th is John Peel. 9th is Garrett Delph. And running out your top 10 is the 75 machine of Brian Skidmore.
11th is going to be Forrest Bolin. 12th is going to be Jeremy Little. And 13th is Rodney Griffin, the number 97 right now here at Phoenix International Speedway, as we are riding on board with the number 97, Rodney Griffin. He's rolling out turn number 2 right now. He's utilizing not the dog leg, the racing surface. Sheffield, it's going to, you know, it's a preference call when it comes to the dog leg.
Yeah, it is a preference call as to, you know, how deep you want to run it. You can run it a lot deeper than somebody else. Do you just want to touch it, or do you want to, you know, try to utilize it as much as you can? And, you know, we talked about Jeremy Little pitting on the 2-stop strategy. Now I'm looking at the lap times to see the difference between old tires and new tires. You're looking about a second, 1.7, almost 2 seconds difference here. So these guys add on 60 lap tires compared to a tire that's 10 laps old is about a second, over a second and a half to almost 2 seconds, Craig. So that little bit of information there, if anybody's crew chief or spotters watching, is taking that into consideration for, you know, maybe the rest of this race.
Sheffield, so you bring up a great point here. You have almost a 2-second advantage on lap time, but you give up those 2 laps. Is it going to pay off around those 2 laps around the track to catch up to the leader? You know, it's a hard call to make on top of the box. It's a gamble if you're in the back right now. As Gabriel Ellison, he's still out front, in front of Clinton Snead and Trevor Massetti right now. As you know, right now we're running through lap traffic. These leaders are Sheffield.
Yeah, the leaders run through lap traffic, and with the lap traffic, Clinton Snead has closed that gap from 1.3 to now 6, almost a half a second behind. So, you know, he's closing this gap, and as we mentioned in the ARCA series, dealing with lap traffic is all about the point that you can set it up to get by him. If you can get by him faster than the guy in front of you or the guy behind you, that's where you're going to make up time. As Clinton Snead now has picked his way all the way up through that group of lap traffic. He's sitting about 7/10 behind right now, so he made up some time there.
Sheffield, you said it perfectly. Gabriel Ellison did a great job getting through the lap traffic. Clinton Snead right now, he's still working on it. He got through it as they're back there. Trevor Massetti, he's just now getting through it as the top 3 right now through the lap traffic here at Phoenix. We're 65 down on 150. Still a lot of racing left. Still a green flag run right now. But your man at point right now, Sheffield, is Gabriel Ellison.
Now, is these guys, I'm sure, are looking at that fuel window. You know, all right, how much fuel do I have left? Can I get to the halfway point? You know, right now is when they're really scrunching numbers, and all right, I need to make it at least 75. If I can make it to 76 or 77 or even 78, give me that extra window of fuel that I know I got it to the end. Then we talk about late race caution. You want to have as much fuel as you can, you know, but that late in a run depends on how the cautions fly. You're going to probably pit and take 4 tires, because if you don't, you're going to be a sitting duck, correct?
Well, if I'm 2, 3, 4, 5, I'm going off the leader. You know what? Caution flies here at the Thursday Night Throwdown for the second time on lap 67. As we're getting confirmation, we're going to look back at the replay right now. But Gabriel Ellison, he's our leader. Second place is Clinton Snead. Third is Trevor Massetti. Right now, caution is flying here in the air. As right now, we are going to go back and try to find a replay here at the ERN network.
Yeah, just heard confirmation. Looks like it's going to be 75 of Brian Skidmore. Trying to see exactly what happens here. See if we can get a little different angle. You see some smoke there, but I really couldn't tell too much there from that angle. Let's see what happens here. Oh, a little contact there. Maybe checked up a little bit more than the truck behind him. I couldn't tell exactly who that was, but a little contact there with the 75 machine spun him around, and he's going to try to get it going here with, and as you mentioned, no fast repairs here. So, you know, a little contact there. One truck was able to get by on the low side, but yeah, he gets to the inside wall there.
Pit road is a happening place here at Phoenix International Speedways. Gabriel Ellison comes down pit road. Clinton Snead down pit road. Trevor Massetti, Timothy Latham, Bradley Wilson, Mitch Ellison, Morgan, the captain James Morgan. Sorry, I apologize on that one. We're coming down pit road. We're getting 4 fresh tires and a full tank of Sunoco Racing Fuel. Sheffield, Phoenix is a happening place here.
Yeah, the pit road is busy. Crew chiefs are, you know, the pit crews are over the wall. These guys are going to be antsy on that gas pedal. The battle's going to be off of pit road here. You know, we talked about it. We haven't really mentioned it here tonight, but fresh air, clean air out front. How much is that going to play a factor here tonight there, Craig?
It is so huge to be the leader, to have the clean air, to really roll your car through the corners. You know, they don't have to rely on the car in front of them. You know, the car in front of them, when they come into a corner, it's going to loosen the car up just a little, make it uneasy. I think the leader really has the upper hand advantage. Sheffield, as we saw in the ARCA series, the leader at the end of the green-white checkered, he came out and won it. So it's exciting to see what's going to happen here in the Camping World Truck Series.
Yeah, and, you know, as we mentioned, we're under caution here. Coming to we're on lap 70 now. We were talking about a 70 to 75 pit window here, Craig. Um, 70 laps is going to be a little short of 150. So, yeah, I'm curious to see if, that fuel window is, my math is correct here. Then these guys are going to have to either try to save a little fuel, or they're going to have to possibly pit again. Depends how much their fuel's going to be.
Saving is so tough here at Phoenix International Speedway. You're going to have to clutch it through 3 and 4. But Sheffield, if I'm the driver, I'm going to save later in the run when I know I don't have enough. It's so hard to save early on when you want to try to gap that lead right now. If you're Gabriel Ellison, if you're Trevor Massey catching the leader, draft's not going to play a huge part here, Sheffield, here at a short track. But I'm excited to see what's going to happen here at the Thursday Night Throwdown.
Yeah, and you bring up a good point. That's a mixed bag there, Craig. As lights are off on the pace car, we'll be taking green next time by. But if you save early in the run, you're tended to burn more fuel because you're trying to play catch up to make up the time you lost. If you save later in the run, you're watching the relative to see the guys close in behind you. So it's kind of a very finesse art, as I would say, to know exactly when to go into saving mode and when not to. And a lot of these guys really specialize at stuff like that. And it's one of those things that time after time again, practice makes perfect. As pace car is coming through 3 and 4 right now, Craig should be dipping here shortly.
Sheffield, that's why you get paid the big bucks here at Thursday Night Throwdown. Gabriel Ellison, he's going to roll the field down to the green flag with Trevor Massetti in second. Green flag. Gabriel Ellison gets a good jump. Clinton Sneed's going to get the jump on Trevor Massetti as they come down into turn number 1.
Looks start caught Massetti off guard just a little bit as Clinton Sneed is able to get by. Latham is now challenging there for the 4th position. See if he can get that move completed, as they're very tight here under this green start. And looks like Latham is now going to be challenging for that 3rd position from Massetti. He's pulling the 51 of Bradley Wilson with him.
Timothy Latham utilizing the green tires. He's doing a good job. He's up to 3rd right now. He's working on Clinton Sneed coming out of turn number 1. But the leader right now, he's Gabriel Ellison here in the Thursday Night Throwdown, the number 27.
Gabriel Ellison's loving looking in the mirror right now because that's going to give him a good chance to get a jump. Here is the 49 machine is going to be running second. Latham charging hard, trying to take that position. But don't look now. Bradley Wilson is closing the door as he's going to take over the 4th position from Trevor Massetti, who's now crossed over looking back to the inside of Bradley Wilson. He's going to be battling now for the 4th position. Looks like Wilson's going to be able to hold it on the outside.
Lap 74 out of 150. Gabriel Ellison still in the lead right now. Timothy Latham working on Clinton Sneed here in the dog leg. They're side by side coming down on turn number 3. Timothy Latham has a preferred line. He's working on 2nd place here at Phoenix. Coming out turn number 3, Michael. It's gonna be a drag race down the front straightaway.
Yeah, drag race in the front straightaway. The 5 machine of Latham inside the 49 Clinton Sneed. Still door to door as they come through too. It's going to be another still side-by-side run here. It looks like Latham is going to take it. Not sure if 49 let him go. Sneed maybe let him go there, knowing he's going to have to save fuel, knowing he's going to have to save tires. So we'll have to see how this heats up now over the next couple laps. The guy taking advantage of that is the Gabriel Ellison, the 27, who's now out to a 6/10 of a second lead.
Sheffield, Gabriel Ellison out front. Timothy Latham second. Clinton Sneed in second. Bradley Wilson, he's working on him. Timothy Latham, though, he's in second. They're side by side for 3rd. Gabriel Ellison down low on Clinton Sneed in the dog leg. They're side by side coming in turn number 3. Sheffield, the fireworks are lighting off here at Phoenix right now as Gabriel Ellison, he's still in the lead coming down. 77 to go.
Very reminiscent of what we saw Bradley Wilson do in the ARCA Series race earlier. Gabriel Ellison able to stay out front pretty much all race long. And as we mentioned earlier, that clean air is definitely helping his truck. But Latham now is putting the charge on early in this run. He's probably got the game plan you were talking about. Either he's going to nose, he's going to pit again. He's getting everything he can out of this set of tires. Or as you mentioned, he's going to get everything he can now. We're about saving fuel later.
Gabriel Ellison out front right now. He has Timothy Latham all over his back lid right now through the dog leg. They're coming down in turn number 3. They're single file kind of Timothy Latham working on him. He has Bradley Wilson in 3rd, Clinton Sneed in 4th, Trevor Mercedes in 5th. Right now, Gabriel Ellison, he's still your leader here at Phoenix to the Thursday Night Throwdown.
Gabriel Ellison just seems like he's been able to plant that power coming off the corner a little better than that 5 of Latham. Latham looks like he's getting a good run entry on the entry of the corner, and he might be driving a little bit deeper, and Ellison maybe looks like he's lifting a little early, getting that truck to rotate and focusing on that drive off. This is one of those tracks here that these passes are going to be made on the exit of the corner, Greg.
Absolutely. The exit of the corner is where we see all the action right now as they come down in turn number 1 right now. Gabriel Ellison, he's still out in front of Timothy Latham. Latham right now really setting him up. He's using the dog leg. He's down there a car and a half lower than Ellison right now as they're in turn number 3 and 4. They're still single file, but I'll tell you what, Bradley Wilson, your ARCA winner, the 51 Toyota Tundra, he's right there. He's ready to pound Sheffield. How crucial is that to watch these guys go out there and burn their stuff up?
Yeah, it's crucial just to watch them. And the hard part as a driver is knowing that, okay, I'm just going to let these guys by now. Focus on catching them later. It's the hardest thing in the world as a driver to do is to stick to that game plan. Watching these guys drive away from you and hoping that you're going to be able to catch them the way you've got planned. It's a very hard, like I say, keep saying it, it's a hard thing to do.
Sheffield, you bring up a great point to back up your corners more, to anticipate the long run. I've been saying it all season. You have to anticipate, especially for these trucks here, as Timothy Latham right now really working on Gabriel Ellison. He's right now, they're rolling right now through 3 and 4, coming down the front straightaway right now. They're still nose to tail. Bradley Wilson, he's falling back just a little bit. But right now, your race leader, Gabriel Ellison, right now over Timothy Latham.
Very reminiscent of time-wise of what we saw in the first run here, Craig, is, your leader through 5th back are all within a 10th of a second. As the 5 now is challenging for the lead here as they turn to turn number 3. Timothy Latham battling for the 27 Gabriel Ellison. Ellison's going to have the run on the outside as they head down to turn number 1.
Turn number 1, Timothy Latham down on Gabriel Ellison. They're side by side in turn number 1. Gabriel Ellison has the preferred line coming out of turn number 2. He's going to utilize the dog leg by 4 lanes. As they're side by side coming through the dog leg. Timothy Latham, your new race leader here at Phoenix International Speedway.
Timothy Latham really utilizing that dog leg to get the shot out in front of Gabriel Ellison as he's going to take the lead. He's now changing leaders here on lap number 85. He's been the only truck, looks like, so far tonight that's been able to take that spot away from Ellison.
Timothy Latham utilizing the dog leg. Look at him. He's 4 lanes down right now as he's really trying to pull a gap on Gabriel Ellison. Gabriel Ellison, maybe he knows that he has tires in the bag. He's hoping for a caution. Maybe. I don't know. He's saving right now. But Timothy Latham, your point man right now, 0.3 of a second out in front. Gabriel Ellison.
51 machine of Bradley Wilson now running in 3rd. He's made up a little bit of ground there to the 27 of Gabriel Ellison as well. Your 4th place runner right now is Clinton Sneed. 5th is Trevor Massetti. 6th is James Morgan. 7th is Mitch Ellison. 8th is Rodney Griffin. 9th is Jeremy Little. Around your top 10 is Forrest Bullen.
11th place is Garrett Dolph in the Silverado, number 13. 12th is John Peel, and rounding out your field is Brian Skidmore. But right now, going back to the top of the field, it's Timothy Latham with the point right now. He has Gabriel Ellison and then Bradley Wilson in 3rd, Clinton Sneed in 4th, and Trevor Mercedes sitting there in 5th. Sheffield, we're coming to 88 to go, 150. Are we expecting a green flag pit stop?
It might be. I'm still debating now as to how much these guys are going to save. It looks like the battle on track right now is going to be for that 4th position between Trevor Massetti and Clinton Sneed. Now, who's saving fuel, who's pushing the truck. As we mentioned earlier, 70-75 lap run. They pitted on lap number 70. That's 80 laps. It may come down to be a tight window here at the end, and the last thing you want to do is run out of fuel on the last lap or two to go here, Craig.
Sheffield, you bring up a great point. You never want to run out of gas on the last lap, because guess what? If you don't cross the finish line on your last lap, it's a DQ. You finish last, so you really got to plan accordingly. Hopefully you have a crew chief on top, maybe a spotter up on the grandstand right now. But right now, Timothy Latham showing that number 5 that he has speed all season. He's been showing here at Phoenix right now. He's out to a half a second lead over Gabriel Ellison. And then Bradley Wilson, he's in the 51, sitting in third. Sheffield, we're coming down. These fireworks are about to fire off.
Yeah, we've got about 60 laps to go now, so we're almost 2/3 of the way through. And from what we saw earlier, we have one truck tonight, and that's the Jeremy Little's machine, who pitted on lap number 50. So sticking in that strategy with the two-stop run, I could probably expect Jeremy Little to pit here about lap 100. I'm curious to see if he's going to pit there, stick to his strategy. As now your bed's made, you kind of got to stick to it. As the number 5 now is catching lap traffic here. He's got about a 0.4 second lead now over Gabriel Ellison, and then it's a little further back, about 0.8 back to Bradley Wilson, and about another 1.5 seconds from Wilson back to Clinton Sneed.
Timothy Latham, still your guy at the point with Gabriel Ellison in second right now. You mentioned it, lap traffic. Is he going to play a big factor here tonight, Sheffield?
It's still early to tell. From what we saw earlier in the first run, we had about 3 or 4 lap trucks kind of bunched up together. It allowed Clinton Sneed earlier to get kind of drop that gap on Gabriel Ellison from about 1.3 to almost 0.6 seconds. So depending on how much lap traffic they catch and the point in the track, that could swing the benefit back to Ellison. It all depends on how these trucks are able to find that point, to make that pass at the right move, at the right time there on the lap traffic, and not get picked by the truck behind them.
As we see in the number 75, Brian Skidmore, he entered pit road. It was an unscheduled pit stop for that Toyota Tundra team. He's down on pit road. He's utilizing the time. Tough break for the 75, Brian Skidmore.
Yeah, we just saw him. Looks like he just went a lap down there to Timothy Latham a lap or so ago. So he probably come in to maybe try to get some damage fixed, maybe get a fresh set of fuel goods here, get some fuel, try to get what he can get out of this run. It's always, it's the big picture here. You not everybody can win it, but you got to stick in it and try to get every position you can every night on the race. Is Gabriel Ellison coming in, is your points leader. He's got a pretty comfortable gap over the leader of the race of Timothy Latham. And, we heard it in the ARCA series from Bryant Seaborn. You don't have to win every week, but consistency through the season pays off. And that's sticking in it and getting every position you can.
Consistency is king, Sheffield. I've said it week in and week out right now. As the second place, Gabriel Ellison right now, he's still working on Timothy Latham, as they're going head and toe right now. They're saying, I'm better than you, I'm faster than you, I'm gonna say better than you. It's head and toe right now. As we see Trevor Massey, he's going in on Clinton Sneed in the 49 here in turn number 1. They're side by side coming out of turn number 2.
Bassetti there on the inside. Both decide to take the dog leg. The 3 machine a little further down. 3's going to have the run on the inside here, coming into 3 and 4. He's going to stick the yellow line. He's going to take the position from Clinton Sneed. Sneed backed out a little early. He should get a little bit of a momentum here, as the number 3 is going to clear him now for the 4th position. So Trevor Massetti will take 4th from Clinton Sneed, who's still running top 5 here tonight. He's done a great job in both the ARCA and the Truck Series here tonight.
Trevor Massetti utilizing to get to that 4th position. Now he's got to go work for Bradley Wilson right now. But your man out front is Timothy Latham in the number 5. He's doing such a good job over Gabriel Ellison. He's showing the speed. He's really rolling through the corners right now. And you know what? He's using that dog leg, Sheffield. We talked about it. Do you use it? Do you not? He's using it. The fastest car out there, Timothy Latham, your man, number 5.
Well, I'm comparing what we saw in the first run to what we're seeing right now. The top 5 were so close during the first run. And now during this run, you're looking at a gap of about almost 5 seconds from first to fifth. It makes me wonder, Craig, these guys, you know, third on back, did they go into saving mode time they came out of the pits with the long run strategy here of I need enough fuel and I want to save tires, because you got to be there in the end to win it.
Sheffield, it takes a different mentality to go into saving mode right off the get-go. Right now, we have Timothy Latham, Gabriel Ellison, Bradley Wilson. They're 1, 2, 3. It is so hard to save early. It's so hard to call. I think a caution Sheffield's going to really mix this field up.
Well, as we're talking about that, we talked about Trevor Massetti making the pass for fourth. His last lap by, he was 0.3 faster than the leader last time by. So he's really closing the gang. The ground up here is this time by, it was a 29.02 to a 28.78. So he was 0.2 faster this time by, as he's now inside of the 7 machine, which will be a lap truck. So he's trying to make up some time here and battle towards the front. He's closing ground right now. Bradley Wilson sitting in third.
Timothy Latham coming across the line right now, 47 to go. He has Gabriel Ellison in second, Bradley Wilson in third, Trevor Massetti in fourth, Clinton Sneed in fifth, James Morgan in sixth, Mitch Ellison in seventh, eighth, Rodney Griffin, good showing for the number 97. In ninth, the 26, Jeremy Little. And round out your top 10 is the 8, Toyota Tundra of Forrest Bolin.
And the 26 machine of Jeremy Little coming to pit road, as we suspected on the 2-lap strategy here tonight. As we mentioned, he made his bed. He's going to sleep in it. It might pay off pretty well for him. 50 laps to go here. He's going to have about 30 lap fresher tires, a little more than 30 lap fresher tires, which we saw earlier is about 2.5 seconds a lap faster. You're looking at 30-second laps around here roughly. So, that's 15 laps to make up, that amount of time with not much fall off, Craig.
Well, you say 30 laps, you have 45. It's a mathematician. It's a guy that's getting paid the big bucks on top of the box to make that call to say, hey, we're going to make a 2-stop. You're fast enough for a 2-stop. The tires are going to pay off. It's a wait-and-see type of deal right now. As Timothy Latham still out front, Gabriel Ellison second, Bradley Wilson third. It's a wait-and-see for that guy's Sheffield, as right now the laps are ticking away.
And John Peel is also pitting down pit road right now. So it looks like he's going to take some tires and some more Sunoco racing fuel here. So take a look back out front. Timothy Latham with a lead of about 1.7 seconds over Gabriel Ellison. Bradley Wilson in third. Trevor Massetti fourth. Running out your top 5 is Clinton Sneed. All times are pretty close here still, Craig, within 3 or 4 tenths of each other from first to fifth.
Laps are so close right now. Timothy Latham ran at 27.69. Gabriel Ellison with the 27.86. Bradley Wilson with the 27.77. So these laps are so close, Sheffield, right now here at Phoenix. It's all about rolling through 3 and 4, getting on the brake on the heavy braking zone, turn number 1. It's so exciting to see these trucks roll through the corners. As Timothy Latham right now still holding a 2-second lead.
Yeah, and this point in the run is when the trucks are starting, to really tighten up, and the more you push them early in the run into the corners, the tighter they're going to be right now at this point in the run. So that guy that was able to back off a little bit earlier, get the good roll in the corner, is probably loving the feel of the truck right now. The guys, pushed it a little early, are probably fighting the tightness now, trying to get back in the acceleration, coming off the exit.
The Craftsman truck or the Camping World Truck Series truck, whatever you want to call it, is going to get tighter as the run goes on. So we see Timothy Latham right now working on the 97 of Ronnie Griffin. He's a lap down car, no harm, no foul right now. The leader, Timothy Latham, right now, he's doing a really good job setting pace. He's still, I'm going to say, a 2-second lead, Sheffield, as these guys might be looking at another pit stop.
And you talked about the 97 machine there. A great job. It's just a testimony to this league of, you're a lap truck. You got the leaders coming through. I'm just going to take this line, get up out of their way. They're racing for a win here, or in the bigger picture here, championship night. I'm just going to show the respect, get out of the way, let these guys run. If I can't be a factor here, I definitely, as a driver, don't want to ruin someone else's night.
Absolutely. Here at the iRacing servers, your name goes a long way as we see these guys race night in, night out, week in, week out right now. But we're seeing right now, Bradley Wilson, he's working on Trevor Massey in the number 3 truck right now. As their nose tail, Trevor Massey in the number 3, he's electing coming down pit road here at Phoenix International Speedway on lap 112.
Yeah, 27 machine of Gabriel Ellison coming to pit road. The 3 machine of Trevor Massey coming into pit road. They're going to have about 38 to go, 37 at the line. This might be a sign of there's not enough fuel with pitting on lap 70 to make it to the end. They're going to undercut. Go ahead and pit now. Try to get to a jump if that's the case and take advantage of it. It looks like Massetti maybe went over the box just a little bit, had to back it up.
The undercut is in effect here at Phoenix International Speedway. Timothy Latham still out pit road. As we see Bradley Wilson, he's coming down pit road. As right now, Bradley Wilson, the number 51 truck, he's coming down. And the 5 truck, he is still out on the track. Right now, it's going to mix up a whole bag of worms here. As we see the number 3 truck of Trevor Massey, he's out on the racetrack. Sheffield, things are getting heated right now. Now, I hear the number 5, Timothy. He's clutching it in turn number 1.
Yeah, he's clutching it right now, trying to save as much fuel. Right now at this point in time is when he wants to see a caution come out. It's going to give him a chance to pit. It's going to pit these trucks a lap down. As we see the 3 machine there get a little wiggle there coming through 1 and 2 on these green tires. He's going to try to get under the 97 lap truck. He does, as he was fighting Bradley Wilson upon exit of the pits there. They were side by side. The 3 machine's going to get it. Wilson is loose there coming through 3-4. So looks like your leader is still going to be Timothy Latham there. And the number 5, second, is going to be Clinton Sneed, who has not pitted as of yet either in the 49 machine. Third is going to be the captain, James Morgan. 4th is Mitch Ellison. 5th is Gabriel Ellison. 6th is going to be Trevor Massetti. 7th, Bradley Wilson. 8th, Rodney Griffin. 9th is Forrest Bullen. 10th is Jeremy Little. Garrett Delth is 11. 12th is John Peel in the 7. And as a caution comes out,
caution flies here for the 3rd time in the Thursday night throwdown here at Phoenix International Speedway. Upper hand, Timothy Latham, but right now crashing out turn number 4, Garrett Delf, Sheffield. This is going to re-rack him, restack him here for the Thursday night throwdown.
This is going to completely mix things up. This is going to be a chance for Timothy Latham to pit. If he elects to do so, how close is he on fuel? Is he a lap short? Is he 2 laps short? If he is, that's just that little short. If he stays out, it'll pit these guys that are a lap down. They will not gain it back. So this is going to be interesting.
Sheffield, you think you got these guys pinned a lap down. I'm thinking if I'm Timothy Latham, I'm coming down pit road. I'm grabbing my 4 sets of tires. I'm a full tank of Sunoco racing fuel. The worst you're going to come out is 4th right now. Everyone's going to get the wave around right now. It's Timothy Latham coming down pit road as Clinton Sneed is 2nd. Yes, the 49 2nd. Right now, these guys are coming down pit road. Everyone else is going to get the wave around, so everyone's going to be coming around on the 1 to go. They're going to be on different tires, different fuel. Sheffield, upper hand, Timothy Latham.
And this is, I say this because if you're not familiar with the server, that you saw Gabriel Ellison, get the wave run. Lucky Dog, which he's been the leader of the race, he's going to get the wave run, but that's going to put him at the end of the longest line here on the restart, Craig. The other guys that are going to get waved around as well. So, Lucky Dog, when you're that close to the front, sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't.
Absolutely. Ellison's going to get the wave around here. And these cars, Massetti, Wilson, Griffin, Bolin, Little, these guys that are going to get the wave around, Sheffield, I'm almost thinking that these guys are going to want another caution before the end of the race to get regrouped, resettled, be on the same, I guess you would say, tire strategy. Maybe they come down, get their set that they're missing out here. Sheffield, this re-racks them, restacks them. We got a dash for cash right now, but Timothy Latham, he's still out in front.
Yeah, Timothy Latham is going to be out front. He's going to have about 5 to 6 lap newer tires than those guys that just came in for green flag stops. Not a huge advantage now, but with 32, 33 left to go, that 5 or 6 lap tires could make out to be a huge advantage for Latham there at the end there, Craig.
Absolutely. And hey, if you're at the chat, if you're watching this race, if you're tuning in to ERN Network right now, shout out your favorite driver, the one you want to win. Me and Sheffield will go over him right now as Latham's out front. Sneed is in second. Ellison in third. Ellison in fourth. Sheffield, this is going to mix up a whole lot of things. I think a lot of these guys, Sheffield, though, want another caution. But guess what? They don't want to be the caution.
No, you don't want to be the caution, especially with no fast repairs here. Watching the pace car this time by, the wave runs are happening, so we are now going to be 1 to go. So these guys have got to hurry up, get caught back around to the front, get lined up here for the restart, and sometimes that's a hard thing to do as well, Craig.
Absolutely. You got to get around the track as fast as you can. They're doing a good job right now. But as I stated earlier in the race, you want to pit later than all the leaders, later than all the short pitters. Wait for that caution. It's so hard to do. It's so bang, as you would say, as the lights are off on the iRacing.com pace car right now. Timothy Latham in first, Clinton Sneed in second, Mitch Ellison third, Gabriel Ellison in fourth, and the number 27, Trevor Mercedes going to be in third, Bradley Wilson in sixth, seventh, Rodney Griffin in eighth, Captain James Morgan a lap down in the number 43. Ninth is going to be Forrest Bolins. The pace car's off as Timothy Latham off to a great start. Sheffield, they're coming down in turn number 1.
Yeah, coming down in turn number 1, Latham's going to have the good start. Clinton Sneed in second. But as we mentioned with those wave rounds, that put the 43 machine of James Morgan ahead of those guys at the wave rounds. So that's going to pit them further back. That's going to mean more time they got to make up. That's more trucks they got to get by. So the wave rounds are great. As you see the 27 machine now, as the 43 gets loose, couldn't tell, does he collect? Oh, and he makes contact with the number 3 of Massetti. Can't tell, it's at the 28 machine, the 97 machine. So we'll have to go back and take a look at that caution, as caution flag flies again here with a little under 30 to go.
Fourth caution here tonight, as we see the Captain James Morgan. He's just getting a little loose coming out turn number 4, collecting the number 3 of Trevor Massetti right now. As these cars, he's rolling back down, does a good job. Trevor Massetti goes to pits. Tough break for the 43 and the number 3 right now, but we're on our caution for the 4th time here, the Thursday night throwdown here at Sheffield. Things are starting to fire up.
Yeah, and that's one thing we talked about earlier is that truck getting loose. You think you've got it saved as it's heading to the inside of the wall, and next thing you know, it's heading towards the outside of the wall. This track is so tough in that aspect. You think you've got it saved, and the rear end just, it's, as we call it, a snap loose, Craig.
It's a snap loose. It's a bang. It's a understeer to oversteer, as we see these trucks coming down pit road to get their, they don't have a quick fix here, but it's a 97 Ronnie Griffin. He's coming here. His night is almost over, as I've been there with a blown engine right now. But we go back up front. Timothy Latham, he's leading over Clinton Sneed and Gabriel Ellison here in third. Sheffield, we're coming down, almost 20 to go here at Phoenix. Things are about to start heating up.
Yeah, it's gonna be probably right around 25 to go when they catch the green flag here. Now this caution coming out has brought Gabriel Ellison up, has brought those guys the 51 machine that were pitted behind the lap cars there on that last restart. That's not going to take an effect here. They will actually line up the way they run this time when they line up for the green flag. So it's going to tighten these guys back up. And now you're going to see who's going to have the speed here. Is this not a marathon anymore of 150 laps? It's going to be a 25 lap shootout to see who's going to take this checker flag here tonight.
Sheffield, it's a dash for cash. It's a sprint right now as we're riding on board with Timothy Latham in the number 5. He has Clinton C in second, and then Gabriel Ellison in third, Mitch Ellison in fourth, Bradley Wilson in fifth. He was your ARCA winner. These guys are all fast, Sheffield. It's a sprint right now, but, you know, give the upper hand. It's going to be Timothy Latham with the fresh air, Sheffield, don't you think?
Yeah, it's going to be Timothy Latham now. Don't count Clinton Sneed out. We've seen him all night in both races. Yeah, Gabriel Ellison, your points, he's, we're going to crown a champion here tonight, but this isn't about championships only. This is about bragging rights to take the championship race at Phoenix. Say, I got my win the last race of the season. You're going to leave the season on that high momentum going into the next season.
Sheffield, lead it on the high note. You said it correctly. Lead it on the high note. Roll into season number 2 here, the Thursday Night Throwdown Truck Series. Say, hey, I won at Phoenix. I know how to get it done right now. Timothy Latham, he's out front. Clinton Sneed in second. Mitch Ellison in third. These guys are all hungry for a winner right now. As the iRacing.com pace car right now is rolling through the dog leg.
Pace car rolling to the dog leg here. It's been a great race here tonight so far. I saw the 27 machine dominate early. Last green flag pit stops there, we saw about lap 70. You saw Latham really pour it on after that, was able to capitalize and get by the number 27. He's held the lead ever since. So, it's going to be a tight battle here towards the end as the pace car is off, and Timothy Latham will lead him to the green flag.
iRacing.com pace car off. Timothy Latham shots out to a race lead here down in turn number 1. He has Clint Sneed on his back bumper. Don't count out Gabriel Ellison. He's sitting in third. There's single file coming out of turn number 2.
Coming out of turn number 2. Don't look now, but the 51 machine, your ARCA Series runner, it says, hey, I'm going to throw my name in this hat as well. He's battling for the 3rd position right now from Gabriel Ellison. He's making a late race charge. As your leader right now, Timothy Latham, is going to bring them to lap number 27. This time by, we'll be looking at 24 to go.
24 to go. Timothy Latham out front right now. Clint C in second. Mitch Ellison in third. Right now, 4th, Bradley Wilson. He's working on the 27 truck. They're nose to tail coming in turn number 3. Sheffield right now. They're rolling in turn number 3 right now. Timothy Latham out front.
These last 27 laps are for all the marbles here. This is for all the dough. Put it all on the line right now. Let's see what you got. Who brought it here to run it? Let's carry it home. Let's try to get that victory. Take that checkered flag, because nobody's going to settle for less than that here tonight.
23 laps to go. Timothy Latham utilizing the fresh air. He has almost a half-second lead over Clinton Sneed right now. Clinton Sneed, a great tire saver, though. He has the tires in the bag right now. They're coming down the front straightaway. Single file, 1 through about 10 as Timothy Latham dives down in turn number 1.
As we come with about 21 to go, should be this time by top 6 trucks all on the lead lap here. The number 7 truck, Morgan, is going to be the first truck 1 lap down. So, anything is still yet to go here tonight. As you mentioned, they're all running, single file here, and that number 5 machine, who's on the same set of cycle tires there as the 49, he's taking a jump. He's building a gap right now of about 0.8 of a second. He's like, I want to get out here. I want to get in clean air. I want to be able to do what I want to do, run my line, have no challenge from the back. He's not even looking in the rear view right now.
1, 2, 3, 4. Latham, Sneed, Ellison, Wilson. They're all using the dog legs right now. Latham right now, bringing him down in turn number 1. They're all single file. Latham right now a second lead. He is really utilizing. He's. Thanks guys. I have the fresh air right now. He has the car to win tonight. The truck to win, I should say, as he rolls it through 3 and 4 right now. As right now, Clinton Sneed, Gabriel Ellison, Bradley Wilson, they're all chasing him right now, Sheffield.
Well, and here's the question, Craig. You come in, you look at you change your tires. You look at your tires, look at your tire wear, look at where you're burning, the right, the front, the rear, where you burning more at. You know how many laps you've run on that sets of tires. How key is it to evaluate that information, knowing you got 30 laps to go? Does that give you a key point as to how much more you can push a truck or how less you've got to push it?
Absolutely. Right now with 18 to go, as Timothy Latham crossing the line, 18 to go here at the Thursday Night Throwdown here at Phoenix. He knows that he pitted on lap 117. He has 18 to go. Ballpark range. Sheffield, go burn them up. You're the number 5. Go get that win.
Yeah, and you right now, as you mentioned, he has pitted 5 to 6 laps new, fresher tires than Gabriel Ellison, so he's going to have an advantage of about 5 or 6 laps, on tires, which doesn't seem like a lot, but that could be a 1/10 to 2/10 of a second, depending on how many laps in you're looking and how hard you push the truck. Right now, that could be a 2/10 of a second advantage for Timothy Latham, as he's still building, working his gap now. He's at 1 second to Clinton Sneed. Gabriel Ellison now 1.8 back. Bradley Wilson peaking around 2 seconds back. Mitch Ellison almost at 4 3/4, almost 5 seconds. And Forrest Bullen, who the last car on the lead lap looks like is going to be 5.5 seconds back.
We're here at Phoenix International Speedway. ERN flag-to-flag coverage right now. Timothy Latham out front with almost a second lead over Clinton Sneed here. Coming to the line, 15 to go. Clinton Sneed, Sheffield, he has the tires to burn up. Clinton Sneed really needs to find pace here, I guess you would say. Hopefully that Timothy Latham burns him up.
Yeah, and looking now at our chat there, we asked for it, and we got some responses here. Landon Condra is rooting for Gabe, gonna win, no question. Andy Ellison is rooting for Gabe and Mitch, and Landon Condra is rooting for Andy. So, we've got some fans out there putting their opinion in here, and it looks like right now Timothy Latham has still got the advantage here, but you still got 14, 15 to go. So. Late race charge, late race caution. You never know what's going to happen here, Craig.
Bradley Wilson really rolling through the corners, trying to catch Clinton Sneed, but Timothy Latham still the man out in front as we are 12 to go here at Phoenix International Speedway. They're coming down in turn number 1 and 2. The 5 truck out front, a second lead over the 49 of Clinton Sneed. These cars right now, I think if you're 4th, 5th, 6th, if you're Bradley Wilson, Ellison or Forrest Bullen, you're hoping for a caution, Sheffield.
Yeah, you're probably hoping for that caution right now, because looking at lap times, 28.32 for the leader, 28 that time by 28.46 for the leader, 28.39 for this Clinton Sneed, 28.61 for Gabriel Ellison, 28.46 for Bradley Wilson. So, all within 2/10 of each other there. But still putting down good lap times now is Timothy Latham, and Clint Sneed is still holding to about a second lead right now, so he's pushing that truck, trying not to let Latham get too far in front, hoping to make a late race charge here. Is now we're inside with 11 to go, Craig.
11 to go. Timothy Latham still at the point right now. Sheffield is not looking for that water ball sitting on the track. That glove. We don't want to caution if we're in the number 5 Toyota or the Chevy Silverado of Timothy Latham right now. Clint Sneed sitting in second. Mitch Ellison or Gabriel Ellison in third. Sheffield. It's coming down. 10 to go here at Phoenix.
10 to go here. You're making sure you're hitting your marks. You're getting everything you can out of that truck. Every lap ticks by is kind of a sigh of relief with no caution flag. You get to that one to go, you get that white flag in the air. It's a huge sigh of relief as he's done a great job here after that green flag pit stop at lap number 70, making that charge to the front. Got a good break there with that caution after green flag pit stops, elected to stay out, clutched to the corner, looking to the long run, and got a good break there with that caution flag flying, Craig.
Absolutely. It's Timothy Latham right now rolling through 3 and 4 in that number 5 Chevy Silverado. He has Clinton Sneed about a second and a half back. Timothy Latham, the adrenaline's rushing high. The white knuckle is coming into effect, I guess you'd say. He just has to hit his marks.
Yeah, he's got to hit his marks right now. His times are 28.61 to 28.56. He's expanded the gap to about 1.2 seconds here, and just the line he's running, it looks like he's able to stick it to the bottom. And as we mentioned earlier, just maintaining that momentum. He's checking it up a little earlier, getting into 1 and 2, getting that truck to the bottom, getting that good drive off. He's staying a pretty good gap there against the wall, getting set, coming down to the bottom there, running that dog leg. And as we all know, the closer you can stay to that yellow line is the fastest way around the track, but you've got to be able to maintain that momentum.
Maintaining the momentum is key here at Phoenix as Timothy Latham rolls out of turn number 3. He's coming across the stripe, 6 to go. He's coming into turn number 1 right now. As he's rolling out, he's a 1.3.2 second lead over Clinton Sneed here at Phoenix. 6 to go, Sheffield. I think it's the cat's in the bag, Timothy Latham.
As we sit right now, he's a 1/10 of a second faster than second place Clinton Sneed. They are the 2 fastest trucks right now on the track. So as they're running, he is still pulling away here. Barring anything crazy, this is his race to win or lose right here. As we're now 5 to go, coming to 4 to go this time by.
Timothy Latham utilizing the dog leg. So is Clinton Sneed. Clinton Sneed kind of cutting the gap down. He's 1.2 seconds back. He's hoping for a little up from Timothy Latham in the number 5, but right now, Timothy Latham, he's out in front. He has a second lead. 4 to go, Sheffield.
Yeah, with 1.2, you're sitting in second place. You're got the afterburners on. You're giving everything you can. You're trying to find something in the last 10 laps that leader doesn't have. Anything you can find to gain any time whatsoever now is Clinton Sneed is searching for it.
Down the front straightaway, 3 laps to go here at Phoenix for the Thursday night throwdown. Timothy Latham out front, Clinton Sneed in second, Gabriel Ellison in third, Bradley Wilson in fourth, fifth Mitch Ellison, sixth Forrest Bullock. But right now, Clinton Sneed is trying to trace down Timothy Latham, Sheffield.
Yeah, trying to trace him down. Their lap times are very, very identical. So he's managing to not let him get away here. But, 2 to go, popsicle sticks in the air here this time by. 2 more times around for Timothy Latham. He's just got to focus on hitting his marks, not worry about his mirror at this point in time, get his truck around the track, focus on what's ahead, and this is his race here tonight.
The number 5 Silverado Chevrolet coming out of turn number 3 and 4. He's going to get the 1 to go here at Phoenix for the finale here at the Thursday night throwdown. He's coming down the front straightaway. He has Clinton Sneed in his rearview mirror, second back. He just has to hit his marks, Sheffield, as he's rolling through turns number 1 and 2.
Yeah, last time through 1 and 2 for the evening, as he's going to come to the dog leg one last time, setting his truck up now to go in 3 and 4, coming around the corner. He'll be taking the checkered flag this time by, Craig.
Timothy Latham coming out turn number 4 in the number 5 Chevy Silverado. He will capture your Chevrolet championship here. Timothy Latham coming across the line in the number 5.
Timothy Latham now with your win here tonight. Gabriel Ellison should be still your, believe will capture your points championship in tonight, as he was 26 points ahead of Timothy Latham. Gave it everything he had here tonight. But, Gabriel Ellison led so many laps early in the run. Timothy Latham, after that green flag stop, really put the burners on and was able to come away with a checker flag here tonight.
Yeah, my apologies there. Gabriel Ellison will come away as your champion here at the Thursday Night Throwdown, but Timothy Latham will come away as your Phoenix winner here for the 150 as he's burning it down on the front straightaway. Congratulations, hats off to that number 5 Chevy Silverado team.
Yeah, championship will be a champion will be celebrating as well. So you'll have 2 trucks here doing burnouts here on the front steps at Phoenix. Last race of the season. These guys, I know these 2 guys are going to have excellent momentum going forward to next season. And I can't wait till we get a chance to talk to, not only the top 3, but the champion is going to be in that interview as well, as he was able to come home 3rd here tonight. So we'll get to those interviews when we come back. We're going to take a short commercial break. We'll bring you your interviews from Pit Road here as soon as we return. Thanks for tuning in to Evolution Racing Network.
To build a new website or redesign your existing site, you have 2 options. You can start by learning HTML, CSS, JavaScript, SEO, SQL, CMS, well, you get the idea. Or you can be smarter and look for someone who is a professional in web design like Sneed Competition Design. We are experienced in building quality websites for our clients. We always start with strategy and planning to build a clear vision about what you need. Your website will then be passed on to the design and development phase, where we will ensure that you get a fully responsive design that is easy to use regardless of any device using the latest tools in web development. Contact us today, and let's talk about accelerating your business to the next level by creating a complete online solution.
Folds of honor above my garage 13 years ago. Because 90% of spouses and children of killed or disabled U.S. service members receive no federal education assistance. Our mission has never wavered. We honor their sacrifices by educating their legacy.
Thank you for supporting the Folds of Honor.
Thank you for supporting the Folds of Honor.
Thanks to you, I will be a construction engineer.
An elementary school teacher.
Thank you for helping me fulfill my dream of going to med school.
We're able to award these scholarships because patriots like you refuse to turn your back on the cost of freedom. Join the Folds of Honor Squadron today. Your $13 a month will help ensure we never turn military families away. This is your call to duty.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for supporting the Folds of Honor.
Thanks to people like you, I know my dad is not forgotten.
All right, race fans, thanks for tuning back in to Evolution Racing Network for the conclusion here tonight of the Thursday Night Throwdown Truck Series here from Phoenix. It's our championship race here tonight. We have a winner tonight that we're going to talk to. Second place here tonight, we're going to talk to your season champion for the series here as well tonight. Craig, great race. I'm really looking forward to these interviews we have coming up.
Absolutely, Sheffield. A great race here at Phoenix International Speedway. But first, let's get down to Clinton Sneed that finished second, the number 49 truck, Toyota Tundra. Let's capture a word for him. Clinton Sneed, this is Craig Burns and Michael Sheffield up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you guys.
Clinton, you did a good job all night saving tires in the number 49 Toyota Tundra tonight. How was the truck feeling long run there for you?
It wasn't too bad. They would go a little tight, pretty much all the way through the corner with laps. But I really felt like I was stronger than Gabe and Tim and those other guys as the race wore on, hoping for a little bit of longer green flag run there at the end, but just, Tim was just so fast on the short run, I just couldn't get there.
Clinton, you do such a good job, consistency, having the tires safe. You finished second in the last 3 races I've broadcasted for you. You're doing such a good job. The momentum is building up to season 2. What are your future goals for the bigger picture in season 2?
I mean, as a league, we just want to keep growing, and I think we've been having some really, really good races and some great finishes, and we've got a really good group of guys. So we just want to keep that momentum rolling and build on it for season 2. Personally, I just, I need to keep from letting some of those races get away from me. Like you said, I've finished second in the last 3 truck races here, and I had a fairly easy podium finish in the ARCA race, and just unfortunate circumstances didn't get the finish I maybe deserved, but just have to be more consistent and maybe get a little faster on the short runs. I can't hang with some of these guys like Tim and Gabe on the short runs, so got to find a little speed for season 2, but I think we can do it.
Clinton, you said it best. You got to find just a little bit more speed, but you're doing a great job. You would have had a podium finish there in the ARCA Series. I think we're looking forward to you in season number 2 here at the Thursday Night Throwdown. But before we let you go, anyone you would like to thank, appreciate, shout outs, I love yous, the mic is yours.
Yeah, for sure. First off, thanks to you guys at Evolution Racing Network for picking us up and putting on these great races the last half of the season here. Shout out to Sneak Competition Designs and Shenandoah Shine for being the sponsors for the Thursday Night Throwdown this season. Big thanks to all the racers. We've had a really, really good field almost weekly, and none of this could happen without those guys. And shout out to my teammates at 423 Racing. Gabe locked up the championship here tonight, so congrats to him, and hopefully we can do it again in season 2.
Hell yeah. Hats off to Clinton Snead in the number 49. He finishes second here in his Toyota Tundra. As right now, Sheffield, we're going to shift mics over to you, to the championship winner here, to Gabriel Ellison. Sheffield, a great night, a great run, a great season for this number 27 Toyota Tundra.
We're going to actually talk to the race winner there, Craig, with the Timothy Latham and the number 5. We'll say the champion here. Give him the last chance here tonight. But, yeah, great run there for Clinton Snead. And right now we've got Timothy Latham in the booth. Timothy, this is Mike and Craig up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, great race here tonight. Congratulations on the win. Watch you run pretty much top 3 that whole first run, and watch that momentum shift after those green flag pit stops there. You were able to make that charge, take the lead, and I saw the other guys take green flag pit stops. You stayed out, got the caution there. How was the truck feeling, and what was your game plan coming into here tonight?
Well, game plans change obviously with cautions and stuff, but we were doing a lot of practice earlier, and we were just going to split it right down the middle, come in on about 75 and have 75 to go. And we had a caution on, I think it was 67 or 68, and that kind of ruined the plans there. So I saw Gabe and I think it was Bradley came down. They got 4 in fuel. I was going to come down and get 2 in fuel in the next couple laps, and then the caution came out and worked in our favor. But I feel like we had a fast truck tonight, and I feel like we had enough to win the race even without that caution. But I'm glad it made it a little easier on us.
Well, we were doing the math, pre-race, and I figured you could make it probably halfway. I was figuring a one-stop race. Caution came out at 67. I knew it was going to bring it a little short. I was wondering if anybody was going to save. You did a good job of staying out to the right amount of time. Caution flew your way. I mean, all the trucks tonight in the top 4, top 5, all the times were pretty close together all night long, except that last run there. You were able to pull, just pull a gap there and maintain on that short run. Once again, great win tonight. Second points. You've had a great season. It's been an honor, just broadcasting you guys and watching y'all race week after week. This is, to me, it would be a good momentum swing, second in points, a win at Phoenix, last race this season. How much momentum and what does this bring you for season 2?
Hopefully it does bring a lot of momentum. We came in this year, we won the first race at Daytona, and we win the last race here at Phoenix. I kind of wish I didn't have to leave that Charlotte race earlier, otherwise the points would have been a lot closer tonight. But hopefully this does give us some good momentum going into season 2, and I look forward to trying to get a championship there too.
Well, I hope you utilize your time off, which I'm sure you will. You guys practice a lot, and good luck going forward. As I mentioned earlier, it's been a pleasure to broadcast this last half of the season for y'all. Now I'm going to give you the microphone here, give you a chance to give you shout outs, thank yous. For the last time this season here, the microphone's all yours.
All right, yeah. So I want to thank repsports.com, my sponsor, with Raise Energy and G-Pop Protein Popcorn. I want to thank those guys for, having faith in me and letting me be able to show them off to the world. And I want to dedicate this win to a very special person. You can see him all over the truck. His name's Garrett Scott. He is the brother of one of my best friends, and sadly he passed away recently. So I want to dedicate this win to him, and hopefully next season we can do even better.
Well, that's a very honorable tribute there. I'm sure his family appreciates it. Just a great show of support you've got there, and a lot. We said it all year long. The respect in this league, and you can tell you guys really take this to heart and care about one another. And great thing, Spy given that dedicating that win tonight. And as we mentioned, I hope I get a chance to talk to you again soon. Congratulations on your win tonight, and good luck going forward.
All right, appreciate it, guys.
All right, Craig, that was your race winner tonight. Timothy Latham came here in second at points. Didn't leave anything on the line here. As he said, that one race, he could have made the swing here. Good momentum going forward, though.
Sheffield, Timothy Latham showed speed all season long. He did a good job. Some races, it wasn't meant to be, but he did a good job. He came here second, but now we're gonna come to our champion of Gabriel Ellison in the number 27 Toyota Tundra. Gabriel Ellison, this is Craig Burns and Michael Sheffield up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Gabriel Ellison, you are the champion of the Thursday night Throwdown here. How does it feel? Walk me through the emotions there. You're finishing third here tonight, but throughout the whole season, you had a good truck. You're always out front. You won at Atlanta. Walk me through the whole season.
Oh, it feels great, man. I just really try my best to be as consistent as possible, as clean as possible, and just, really keep the truck clean, save tires, and hopefully I have the pace to keep it up front. And that seemed to be the case pretty much the whole season. So overall, definitely had some pretty good breaks here and there. I managed to stay out of wrecks at pretty much every single track except Michigan. I got wrecked at the end. But even then, I finished like 6th or 7th, so it's not that bad. But, yeah, overall, really had a lot of things go right for me. So can't complain, that's for sure.
Absolutely, Gabriel. You did a great job for the number 27 Toyota Tundra. Hats off to you and your crew. You're going to go out tonight, celebrate, have a cold one on the house. But going on to next season number 2 in the Thursday night Throwdown, you're rolling the snowball effect. You had the full momentum going into Daytona for the Truck Series. How does that feel for the 27 Toyota team?
Oh, it feels great, man. I'm really looking forward to it. We're getting started August 5th. We got our date. And we're actually not starting with Daytona. We're starting with the new Nashville Super Speedway. So I love a track. I love that track. Intermediates, that's my jam. So I'm feeling pretty good about it. I'm really looking forward to it.
Well, you heard it here first, folks. Nashville is going to be the start point here of the Thursday night throwdown of trucks. Register, get your entries in, join the Discord, do what you have to do. These guys are great. We watched you guys all season long. But Gabriel, before we let you go, the mic is yours. The thanks, the I love yous, the shout outs. It's all you, Gabriel.
Yeah, just thanks to everybody that raced in the league. You know, it's our first season, and you know, we got a solid core group of guys here that, you know, I think we put on some good racing, both in the ARCA series and the Truck series. So, you know, we're really happy about that, and you know, we really appreciate everybody racing with us week in and week out, and hope to see everybody back for next season. I want to thank Sneak Competition Design sponsoring the series. Huge thanks to the Shenandoah Shine group for sponsoring the pole award all year. Really appreciate them. And thanks to you guys at Evolution Racing Network for broadcasting. Really appreciate it.
Well, Gabriel, hats off to you and your crew for a great performance all season long. You know, it was a great broadcasting, you guys. You know, hats off. Go out there, celebrate your win. As right now, your champion, Gabriel Ellison, the number 27 Toyota Tundra.
Thank you, guys.
Well, you just heard it first here from the season champion. He's a lot of momentum going into next season, and you know you brought it up there, Craig, and it's been nothing but a blast. You know, covering these guys, watching these guys week after week, watching the league develop, seeing that core group of guys. There's some tough competition in this series, and you know, right now we're going to look at tonight's final race results here. This is the final race for season one, and you know, Timothy Latham, who we just talked to a few minutes ago, came in here tonight, second points, didn't leave anything on the line, went out there and won the race here tonight. Good momentum moving forward as well. Clinton Sneed's strong finish here, as you mentioned, second 3 races in a row. He's got some momentum. He's going to be charging hard in season 2. Gabriel Ellison's finishing third, your season champion. He just said, you know, Nashville Super Speedway, good race. He likes those intermediate tracks, so he's going to be a force to contend with next year with that momentum. Bradley Wilson coming in fourth, your ARCA Series winner here tonight. Great run from him tonight as well, you know, battling all night. Mitch Ellison is going to be a 5th place driver. Good charge by him after the green flag pit stops as well. Forrest Bullen will be finishing 6th in the number 8. James Morgan will be finishing 7th in the number 43. John Peel will be finishing 8th in the number 7.
Coming home 9th in the number 13 is going to be Garrett Delph. Coming home 10th in number 97, Rodney Griffin. Coming home 11th in number 26, Jeremy Little. Coming home 12th, the 03 Chevy Silverado of Trevor Massetti. And round out your field tonight in the number 75, Brian Skidmore in the Toyota Tundra. Sheffield, you know, I'm just going to say it was an honor. It was a blessing. It was a privilege to call this race with you, Ryan Azell, Steve Capel, all these guys up in the booth here, Shandor Shines, all these guys that do everything behind the scenes. Sheffield, a great showing here tonight. Looking forward to Nashville. You know, I'm excited. Sheffield, but close us out.
Yeah, it's been a great, as you mentioned, a great season. Always enjoyable to work with all the guys here at Evolution Racing Network. I want to give a big thanks to, you know, the league. Also want to thank the league sponsors, Shenandoah Shine and Sneed Competition Designs. You know, they do this for the league, lets them get broadcasted. You know, they do so much for the iRacing community. I want to thank all the drivers in the league, because without them, they're the one that provide the quality content that we stream every week. They're the ones out there fighting. They're the ones out there, you know, battling week after week and showing the respect for each other. And as you said, it's great working with you, great working with Steve, great working with Ryan. Look forward to great things coming. Appreciate everyone tuning in all season long, and look forward to bringing you more races here in the near future. For Craig Burns, this is Michael Sheffield wishing you a good night, and hope to talk to you soon.
Cheers, boys.